Good morning, crafty friends. I am so excited to be a part of this YouTube hop. It is a Pastelloween collab with Betty, and her YouTube channel is Scrappassion01 or 01. I will have her link down below, and also don't forget to hop on over to the others, but I believe I'm the last one on the Sunday list, but don't forget to be back here next week, next Saturday, and we'll be starting again with our second project. So we're supposed to create 4 Pastelloween type projects. Now, here was my example when I first started, because I wanted to see if I could create this little Cracker Jack box. And let me tell you about the Cracker Jack box inspiration was with C's Creations, and also Tiffany Crafting Like a Boss McGills. She did a tutorial on her Facebook channel, and now it's on her YouTube as well. And I'm going to put both of their links down below, so you can definitely check out C's Creations. Now let me show you what C made real quick. So she made a larger size Cracker Jack box, and it's super easy, guys. Super easy to do. So let me get out my ruler real quick. I apologize, I thought I had it right next to me. Okay, so this little box is about 5.5. I don't know, it looks a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, it's 5.5 by 1 inch. Okay, and the length is, let me close that down, it is 7.5. So guys, this is so easy to make. Don't forget to check out Tiffany's tutorial on this. Mine is actually completely different, because first of all, mine is smaller. So anyway, but it is the same theory, and I just thought it was really fun to make. So this is my little Pastelloween Cracker Jack box, and so I thought this would really be fun to make for the neighbors. Okay, so I have no idea how we're going to do Halloween this year, since COVID has happened and it's still not going away yet. So what I think I might do is boo my neighbors and basically put some candy in here and just give this to the neighbors that I know. Okay, and for my kids, I'm going to do this jumbo one, and for my nieces and nephews, I think they'll really love this. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to just show you really quickly how to create the box. I also, on that one, I created my own paper, as well as creating my own paper with stamps. And the stamps I use for both boxes, okay, are the All Hallows Eve. That's the one I used mainly for the first one. And I'm sorry, here's the stamps. That's the dies. But anyway, here's the stamps right here. I used the 31, the pumpkin, and some of the stars here. So they're really cute. And then on here, all I did was use this little guy right here for this particular paper collection. So the ink I used, and I'm just going to tell you, for me, I am not much of a stamper, okay? I found that the Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz works really good, and this one is called Worn Lipstick. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. First, you're going to need a sheet of solid colored cardstock or pattern, whatever you want to do. And make sure you pay attention to your direction. I do have a written tutorial for this on my blog, which I will also put that link down below so that you can print out the directions for yourself. And it also comes with a photo diagram of how this is going to look. So what I want you to do is, for your box, if you have pattern paper and the direction matters, such as this one where it is vertical, okay, then you're going to want to place your box, you know, where your tab part is standing up here, okay? And that's where you have your rounded corners. That's how you know that's the top of your box. The bottom of my box does not have rounded corners, only to make it easier for you all. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get out my bone folder, and we're going to start off with this super simple, okay? Now, you're going to score at 1 inch. Oops, whoa. There's something on here. That's crazy. Okay, 1 inch. I have no idea why that is tripping. I don't know if it's a stamp or what. There's nothing on here. Okay, I am so sorry. 3 3/4. So 1 inch, 3 3/4, 4 3/4. And by the way, this is 80-pound cardstock. and 7.5. Okay. Now, again, you're going to have to pay attention to your direction. If you know this is going to be the top of your box, you're going to want to turn it to the left one time. So now we're going to start at, again, and I turn this around so you can kind of see, 1 inch. So just remember the pattern paper is going to be, your design is going to be at the bottom, okay? 1 inch. Hold on, let me go over that one more time. 1 inch, 7 and 8. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to turn my box because I do things upside down. I know that's crazy. So I'm going to turn this upside down. Let me grab my mat because that is all the scoring you're going to need to do. All right. Let me get out my little scissors. Oops. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and mark out here. This is what you're going to cut out. Okay. This one and this whole thing. But I'm going to keep that one square there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. So it'll be a little simpler. Just make sure you actually cut out the score lines. It is easier for me to see on the opposite side of the pattern paper, but I do not want to mess this up. So, okay, then I'm going to go ahead and cut that whole piece out. So we have that. So we should have one tab left. Now on this particular tab, you're just going to cut out the first little rectangle here. You're going to keep your square. Okay, so you should still have a 1 inch square. And then I'm going to go in a little bit further and I'm going to just trim this, take out my little score line, okay? I don't know if you can see, but it's like a thin little sliver, and try to cut as straight as possible. Okay, then we're going to skip this whole entire piece right here, and then again we're going to go back over to the squares and rectangle. I'm going to cut these two out. So as you can see, it should look something like this right now. Now, before I start on my other side and do my cutting, I'm going to grab my We Are Memory Keepers paper punch, and I'm just going to use this small rounded corner punch. Oops, hold on. Let me get that in there a little bit. Okay, well, I messed that up, so I'm going to do a little bit wider. Okay, perfect. Now I can go ahead and flip this back over because now I know I'm going to be cutting out the bottom. So we're going to start over with this corner right here. All we're going to do is remove that little sliver right here at the bottom of that square to create a tab. Okay, just cut it out. It's probably not good to use colored pencils on white paper, but that's okay. Now we're going to skip this large rectangle, and then we're going to come to this square, and all I'm going to do is create again another tab. So I'm just going to take out the score lines. And okay. Oops, I didn't do that one enough on that side. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. I could have ripped it, but then I wouldn't like it. I'm just being honest. Okay. And then we're going to come to the end, and we're going to take out this last square. Okay. Super easy. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold on all my score lines. Okay. And burnish it in just to get it ready for folding. Makes it a lot easier, guys. Now, I don't know what adhesive you want to use. I'm going to turn this around and do the other side. Okay. I'm going to use glue. That way I have a few seconds to move it. I use Art Glitter Glue. Okay. All right, now I can push those back and go ahead and start folding on these score lines and burnish it in. Okay. Hold on, guys. So now we're going to start putting the box together, and I like to start off at the bottom because that's the actual part I'm going to keep glued, okay? So I'm just going to start over on the right and use my first little square here. I add my little smidge of art glitter glue and make sure that is going to be burnished in. See, as you can see, it's already moving around. Just burnish that in and wipe away any of the excess glue. Okay. And then we're going to keep working on these little tabs. Okay. And then one more time. Now we're going to work on the outside of the box. Well, really still the inside. Not the outside, my bad. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and press that down. Just kind of burnish that in there. And then my last little piece here. I'm just going to gently burnish that in and then turn it on its side. And again, burnish that in. So now I have my little Cracker Jack box. Super easy, guys. It only takes a couple of minutes and you're done. So now all you have to do is go ahead and decorate. Again, thank you so much for joining in on this YouTube hop with us, and I can't wait to see you all next week. And don't forget to visit all the channels, comment, and subscribe so you can win prizes. Thanks, guys. Bye.